When we recognize that we no longer need to try to be present, to try to be focused, to try to be this or that we've arrived at a new place, a new location. And for most of us, when we arrive at a new destination, we orientate ourselves, we explore and familiarize ourselves with our new location. And that's what we're going to do over these coming days with stories. But before doing so, I wanted to share with you what one of the great pundits says about this location. So I'll read it to us. It's that great pundit, Nisargadatta Maharaj. Once you reach your destination and know your real nature, your existence becomes a blessing to all. You may not know that the world knows, yet the help radiates. There are people in the world who do more good than all the statesmen and philanthropists put together. They radiate light and peace with no intention or knowledge. When others tell them about the miracles they worked, they also are wonderstruck. Yet, taking nothing as their own, they are neither proud nor do they crave for reputation. They are just unable to desire anything for themselves, not even the joy of helping others. Knowing that God is good, they are at peace. This is Nisargadatta Maharaj's summation of this location that's been described at the place where we no longer need to try. But in the first of the stories that allow us to explore this from all angles, it's a little negation, you might say, but then we have to look at these things. And it's the story about Li Tzu. Li Tzu was on the road to a place called Chi, but on the road he suddenly turned around and turned back. But on his way back he happened to meet on the road one of his old masters, Yuan Po. Yuan Po said, "I thought you were going to Chi. Why have you turned back?" And Li Tzu said, "I'm afraid. I've stopped at 6 inns on the way, and in each inn, the patron and even those who were patronizing that place gave service to me. I was treated like a royalty." And I realized that innkeepers and ordinary people are just that. They're ordinary and they don't have any great political leanings. But I thought to myself, if people such as these treat me with respect and like royalty, what is it going to be like when I get to the capital and I meet all the politicians and the royalists and so forth? So I decided to turn back. Yuan Po said to Li Tzu, "You may not now wish to go to Chi, but I can tell you that you will not be able to stop people from coming to you." But Li Tzu came back and he found himself a little quiet hamlet, and he settled there. But then one day Yuan Po was coming by on one of his pilgrimages, and he came to Li Tzu's door and noticed that there were many pairs of shoes outside that door. So he left without even knocking on the door. But one of those who were present with Li Tzu noticed his coming and going and mentioned it to Li Tzu. And Li Tzu jumped up and barefoot he ran out and down the road to accost Yuan Po. And he said, why did you not, Master, why did you not stop? Why did you not enter to give me instructions? And Yuan Po said, I have already said to you that you will not be able to stop people from coming to you to seek your teachings. It is because you have put your virtues and your knowledge on display. I have nothing more to say, except that you are doing a disservice to them and to yourself. And Yuan Po went on his way. This is the first of the stories to explore what it has been said is a destination, a place that's been described as that in which we no longer need to try to be this or that. But what does this story tell us? Why is it that Yuan Po says to Li Tzu, you have put your virtues and your knowledge on display? This is why it draws people to you, and you are doing them and yourself a disservice. What does it imply relative to this location in which we find ourselves when we no longer need to try? Over the coming days, we'll explore this with the ongoing stories. But in the meantime, what does this story of Li Tzu imply for us relative to this location, this place, and our need to familiarize ourselves, orientate ourselves